Hi everyone, my name's Simon, this is Jen, we're from The Source, a community based in Derby, and we're here just to have a little chat about our theme for Lent, which is God setting a table in the wilderness. So this week Jen and I have been having a little chat about something related to that, this concept about dialogue versus discussion. And we just want to share some thoughts with you and get your input afterwards. So I'm just going to hand over to Jen to share a bit more about this little theme.
Thanks, Si. The conversation came about from some thoughts that you'd had about that come out of your work situation, where you were throwing around the idea of the difference between a conversation where actually maybe one party is simply trying to push an agenda or waiting for their chance to speak, and dialogue, which is really, really about taking the other's presence, the other's contribution seriously. And I know that that's something that you struggle with and are fighting for to do really well in your work life, and also something that we're really grappling with in our community. And it made me think of Psalm 23 verse 5. So we all know Psalm 23 super well. The first few verses, it's all calm and peaceful. The Lord is the psalmist's shepherd. There's nothing, he's at complete peace with the world. And then in verse 5, you get this really odd bit where God sets the table for the psalmist in the presence of his enemies. And I find that inclusion of the enemies really interesting. And in relation to our conversation on dialogue, it made me think, what role do the enemies play? Why are they there? I think traditionally I'd always thought, the enemies are there just so that kind of the psalmist can rub their noses in it. Just go, I'm on the right team, you're outside. And I'm not sure that is really accurate. I think this conversation on dialogue has made me think maybe actually there's a richer role for the enemies there. And it's made me think that dialogue and what we're called to as Christians is perhaps making space for the other in a really significant way, that actually when the other is taken seriously, when those who are different to us, when those who disagree with us are really taken seriously in dialogue, actually there's a peace available to us that isn't ordinarily, that actually what God provides us and blesses us with is the other, is the opportunity to dialogue well with others. And that's obviously really challenging. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, great thoughts, Jen. In terms of me and my work, a lot of what I do at the moment is to do with sales, marketing, so I do a lot of networking, and traditionally people take a bit of a one-way communication approach. They broadcast and get their message out. So something I've been trying to do more of and been inspired to do by our conversation and Lent is do something that's called a giving meeting. So it's a meeting where I have a set of questions and I ask someone about their story, what motivates them, what they're passionate about, what they offer as well, so I can really understand them. So it's quite it's quite a shift from how a lot of business is done ordinarily. It's about how can we help one another, how can we work together, which I think is quite a different attitude to one that we take normally in life and business. It's about a two-way approach. So that's something I'm doing at the moment. So lots to chew on there, lots of questions. There's some concepts there that you may not have come across. So we'd love to know what you think. We'd love to chat with you afterwards. If you've got questions, if you disagree, if you agree, leave a comment below. We'd love to chat with you and engage in a bit of discussion over this. So that's it. See you next time.
Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.